not, you're not.
You know I'm hot. How many licks till the pepper gon' pop? Told my cap it's the CEO. Then I moonwalked in a UFO. Mic my shoes with a Christmas wreath. Dropping these bars while I brush my teeth. Flipping this verse like a boomerang. Landed on stage in your backpack filled with a new disease. Telling my doubts I'm hard to please. We don't care, we bounce on clouds. Sing off key and we're still too loud. Biscuit drops, the place explodes. Jumping through life in my pantyhose. Still no job, but I'm on the clock. And you can't stop me, cause don't stop. Hey ladies, oh, when you're hot, yeah. When you're not, you're not. Nope. Hey fellas, oh, when you're hot, yeah. When you're not, you're not. See through your act.
It's known as one of the loudest stadiums in sports for a reason, and it'll only get louder as the collective 12th man starts cheering for their Seahawks. Welcome to Lumen Field in Seattle. Today, it's an exciting battle of NFC teams between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. Leading the 49ers, there's Kyle Shanahan. Coming off a down year for the Niners after reaching those 2 Super Bowls and 4 NFC title games across the prior 5 seasons. And on the other side, Mike McDonald, second-year head coach of these Seahawks. Michael Dixon with the honor of getting us started. And away we go from Lumen Field. Here's Sky Moore on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. So here come the 49ers for their opening drive. And they're brought out by the league's elder statesman. Drafted back in 2005, now in his 40s and still going strong. Aaron Rodgers.
I got a smile on my face. I know he has a smile on his face as he runs out with a new season ripe with every possibility. This is only the first scene of a 4.5-month movie where he could be playing the part of the league MVP, maybe leading a legit contender into the postseason. How he starts this campaign, though, or how you start, can have a massive impact on how things play out.
First get on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Well, as we look here, Brock, we're reminded that if you can somehow get through the preseason injury-free, you're really one of the lucky ones. Most teams going to be missing at least a key player or 2 to start the season. And
it's going to happen between workouts, practices, preseason games, and I know there's a lot of debate about the off-seasons of today and getting your team healthy for week 1. And while we don't ever want to see them, we do know this. They'll create immediate opportunities for someone else to step in and make an impact on the season no one saw coming.
Give him 4 on that run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Off the play fake. Here's Rodgers. The 3rd down throw falls incomplete.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and incomplete.
All right, here's one of our game's first big risks. The offense lining up to go for it on their own side. On 4th down, it's Rodgers. It's on target to Williams. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. That's going to be a 20-yard hit on 4th down, Brock. That keeps this drive moving.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
On 1st down, it's Gibbs. By man, he's in the clear. Keeps it moving. And he's going to take this down to the 11-yard line. They get 40 on the big hitter. And that gives the 49ers the first.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
First down. Here's Rodgers. And he will score. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. Eddie Pinheiro on now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1-for-1. Well, not what you like to see. Still just in the opening quarter of the season. And they have an injured player out there. Let's hope it's nothing major as he gets looked at. The 49ers have it on the tee as they kick it away here. Here's Derink Young to return this. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So out come the Seahawks for their first offensive possession. And bringing them out to one of the league's best stories from last season, wasn't he? Former number 3 overall pick, coming off that career-defining year, Sam Darnold.
I really think this is one of those moments where every starting quarterback in the opening, right? Week 1, all has a sense of gratitude. All has a smile on their face. You're one of 32 guys on the planet that get to start an NFL season, and you want to make the most of that chance.
And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun. Here's Darnold. That's a catch. Jackson Smith-Njigba. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it.
13 yards on the play. And the Seahawks.
Here's Darnold, 1st and 10. He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker. Ooh, and he is cracked at the tail end of that play. A good hit, but someone would love for it to have come earlier as he gets forward a bunch and gets him the first down. All set to go now from the 35.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Walker on 1st down. And he's charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it. And we'll move to the next.
Now he takes it. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Play fake, Darnold. He's got it near the 8. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal. They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Now an inside give to Walker. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal. A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
We're through 1 quarter of this opening weekend of football. 7-0 is our score. More from Lumen Field in just a minute. Back now for the 2nd quarter, and the Seahawks, they've got to look towards the end zone. Walker again. And this time he gets in for the Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks finish off their opening drive. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. All right, so we're already into the 2nd quarter, Buck, but that was just their opening drive of this football game. Fortunately, they did get a touchdown out of it.
Yep, but if opportunities with the ball are going to be as infrequent as they've been to start this game, you got to make each and one of those chances count. In that area, they are perfect 1-for-1.
That one splits the uprights. And the Seahawks tie it up as he nails his first try of the season. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Moore with a return. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. The 49ers and wide receiver DK Metcalf set for another drive. And they're really starting the season off with a banger of a contest here, Brock. A chance to measure up against a division rival, and this win could be an important one to have in hand in just a few months. 49ers to the line. 1st and 10. Off play action. Here's Rodgers. That one's complete right side. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play and is getting worked on. Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Play action here with Rodgers. Looking to his fullback now. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
The 49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. Finds Gibbs out of the backfield. He's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on 1st down.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Throwing again, Rodgers. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3, so chipping away a few here ahead of this 3rd down.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
They need some extra time to think over 3rd and long. We've got a timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Throwing again here, it's Rodgers. Finds him over the middle. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
San Francisco calls it 2nd timeout. They're down to their final 1 in this half. On 4th down and 5, the offense staying out there. Play fake. Here's Rodgers. That's cut beyond the marker. And he's going to take this down to the 31 before he gets taken down. They come through massive gain there on 4th down, give him 24 yards, and most importantly, that 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And he's got him 6 yards on that carry. It's 2nd down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
This is Gibbs on second down. Wow, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
When one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Leading 4 here on third down. This is going to be the 9th play of this drive. And not much scoring to this point as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from Lumen Fields coming right up. Leading 4 here on third down. This is going to be the 9th play of this drive. Now here's Rodgers. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's close, Brock, but it looks like he's out just a little bit short. Good efforts, but now they've got a choice to make on 4th down.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I could think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Running for it. Here's Gibbs. And he is stopped a long ways from that line of game. They force a turnover on downs.
I love aggressive defenses, and a blitz on 4th down's a gutsy call. But it can work against the pass, or in that case, against the run. Good luck running for the sticks when you've got a whole defense crashing the line of scrimmage off the snap.
The Seahawks are headed out, and we'll see Kenneth Walker. They're 1 for 1 so far to begin the new NFL season. Touchdown on their opening drive. Let's see if they have 2 for 2 in them. They kick the running back in motion. 1st and 10. Darnold. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 18 at the 15-yard line.
They send a man in motion. From the gun, Darnold. Throw left side, caught by Shaheed. And he's tackled for a short gain. Offense looking to convert as they come up to the line, 3rd down.
3rd and 14.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Finding Shaheed, back-to-back plays. And they'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
The 49ers will call their 3rd and final timeout. 4th down punt from the Seahawks. And that means we're going to see Michael Dixon head on to send it skyward. And that return's going to leave them enough time to squeeze in 2 plays here if they want before the half.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
First and 10, but only time left for maybe a couple of plays here. Rodgers set to pass. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Kate, from my vantage point up here, that was pretty close to drawing a penalty flag. Risky decision on 1st down, but there was a target in the area, so thus, no penalty, and we move on to 2nd.
Looking to throw. And he's chased out of bounds behind the line. That's going to go down as a sack for the defense. So we're all knotted up here at the half, Brock, as we send this over to our buddy Scott Hansen, who's got our halftime report. Scott?
Our trip around the NFL starts now. In the Big Easy, the Saints at home to take on the Arizona Cardinals. And it's the veteran Jacoby Brissett. He gets this one complete, 6-yard touchdown pass. The Cardinals come away with the victory on the road in the season opener. Next up, Duval County, Jacksonville, Florida. Let's check in on the Jaguars. They're playing host to the Carolina Panthers. And it's a man who had a real nice season last year, Chuba Hubbard. He's going to take this one in, 7 yards on the rushing touchdown. Lastly, we go to Indianapolis. It's the Colts taking on the Miami Dolphins. And this is the Colts quarterback. He had it working every which way. This, a rushing touchdown. He also had 3 passing touchdowns. The Colts wind up winning this one in front of the home crowd to begin the new season. Time for a look here at the rest of the games going on and what's to come here in Week 1 of the new NFL season. Meanwhile, in our game, each team's been able to manage just 1 touchdown, 7-7 tied at the half. As we get you back out to Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
See what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. Young on the return. All right, and the end, Brock, this is going to make it out to the 30.
The Seahawks take over.
So as we get set to begin the third quarter, it's the Seattle offense who's going to be out there first. And they could take control of the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. They're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they hold him down. They pick up 14 yards on that one, and that gives the Seahawks the first. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
At the 44-yard line.
Now Darnold off the play action. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. To throw, here's Darnold. The 49ers rush gets home, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
10 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
3rd and long for him here. Right side, Shaheed's got it. He has this down to the 34. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Hand off to Walker from the gun. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
At the 34-yard line.
Darnold looking to throw. Looking for his back, but it will not find him. That's incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Throwing is Darnold on 3rd down. Short pass brought in. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow. Well, that didn't take too long. 1 series in, he's given them the second half lead.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Moore with a return. He dodged the tackle, and he's brought down just inside the 25. So here come the 49ers on offense. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. San Francisco to the line. It's 1st and 10. Rodgers off the play action. Connects on the crosser. He's going to get this one into enemy territory to the 47. That one hits for 30. And that means it'll be 1st down San Francisco.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he's going to be down to within a yard of that red zone as the stop is made. It's a pickup of 26. And that gives the 49ers the first. They'll go right side with Gibbs. Great work there to evade the tackle, but the rest of the run, pretty forgettable. No gain there.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, siphoning up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
He takes it ahead for about 4 yards. It's 3rd down.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. You feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open and deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
Off the play fake. Here's Rodgers. Drops back. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with the quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
4th down is going to bring out Eddie Pinheiro and the 49ers field goal unit for the first time. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first, as that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Offense staying out there. Looks like they're going for it. He's back to throw. And he brings it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers grab the lead on their first series of the half. How quickly things can change, partner. The pain from being taken down that prior play, yeah, I imagine that's gone and forgotten now, and it's been replaced by the adrenaline from finding the end zone there.
Yeah, that defense could have certainly used the pass rush from the previous play because that quarterback had plenty of time to scan the field and make a throw, and he gets an immediate measure of revenge for that sack.
Extra point try now from Pinheiro. Right down the middle, it's good. And the 49ers take a 4-point lead.
14, Seahawks 10.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Young on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Now Seattle all set to go here on offense. And what's really been simply stunning, Brock, is how far we've made it into the game, and their passing game, it is still grounded.
Yeah, so as they're sitting here losing right now, what I hear you saying, Kate, is it's time for this offense to take flight?
And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
They give up the gut to Walker. And he can met near the line to limit the game to a yard. Sent to the ground by Khalil Mack.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd.
We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's the Seahawks with possession, needing to erase that deficit in a hurry. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Third and long. They're going to throw. And he's batted away up front. His throw doesn't even get beyond the line thanks to a well-timed swat there. They're going to face 4th down. Seahawks bring it out the punt team. Michael Dixon will kick it away. He's hit before he can get anything on that return. The San Francisco offense headed out to take over. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. 49ers to the line. 1st and 10. To throw, Rodgers. Finds his man over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. We'll get 22 out of that play. And that means it'll be 1st down San Francisco. One play in, and they are already close to midfield. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road with what looked like a very plain play.
Off play action. Here's Rodgers. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark, really, from the first snap through this second half. There have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered, and that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had 2 choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
Look at them. They don't want to surrender the lead or possession. The offense staying out there on 4. They'll go for it. Rodgers. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Darnold. There's a screen down for Walker. Takes away from one. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Pushing him out of the backfield left. Going on first. Here's Darnold. Hits him on the in route. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10.
That's another Seahawks 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 27.
Play fake, Darnold. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds.
Well, he went for it all right there. That was a highlight reel waiting to happen if he could connect. So good to get out of the pocket, keep the play alive, but even better defensively to force the incompletion.
And again, it's Darnold. Complete to Walker on the check down. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal. Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here, 1st and goal.
1st down. 1st down and goal to go.
San Francisco calls it 2nd timeout. We'll see how judicious they choose to be with that final timeout. Four downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Running back sent in motion. Here's Darnold, first and 10. Brings it in. And he's to the 5 before going out of bounds.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
He's got it. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks take a fourth-quarter lead. So that brought an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
That one right down the middle. And the Seahawks push their lead to 3. So they got him for roughing the kicker. They're going to put that penalty yardage on the spot of the ensuing kickoff. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Now out comes the San Francisco offense. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. Catch is made near the edge. And all he can do is get back to the line on that effort, so no gain on first down.
Well, that one came with a high degree.
Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. Finds him over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. That's a catch. Looks like he's in bounds. Good effort, but still short of the first. Down a score. They're going to go for this on 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Desperation time here. He puts some air under it deep down the left. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
First and 10, Darnold. 49ers close it in, and down he goes. Nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Seattle. Seahawks only up by a few. Things already looking a good bit tougher here. It is 2nd and 17 after the sack. Out of the gun, here's Darnold. Rolling into enemy territory. And he gets the Seahawks first down, Brock. And that should finish off this win for him.
It's a gain of 18. That's good for a Seahawks first down.
It's Walker on the give. And they'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They're going to pass it here. Complete right side to Washington. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
So it's a win for the Seahawks. And this isn't just any 1-0 start for them. They pick up what could end up being a key division victory to have later in this season. So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Seahawks winners, as we say so long from Seattle.